Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 7:02. Ask the first to call the roll, please.
All right. Commissioner Statton,
Here.
Commissioner Eisner, Commissioner Fox, Commissioner Berlandi,
Here.
Commissioner Popovic, Commissioner Simons, Commissioner
Present.
Simpson,
Here.
Commissioner. Hold on. Did I? Oh, Andres Simons is here. Sorry. Commissioner Simpson
Yep,
was here.
present.
Commissioner Harvith
Here.
and Commissioner Roth.
Present.
All right, so that leaves, so if you want to seat commission, all the alternates, we have a full board.
Okay. Dave and Robert are out, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll see Lana for Dave and Frank for Robert. And the first item on the agenda, Adam Karski, 85 West District Road, do you know?
Good evening. Do you want me to
Yeah,
repropose?
just a quick summary again.
Yep.
If anything's changed.
Yeah, of course. Adam Okarski, 85 West District. So I am looking to put a 12 by 16 prefabricated shed in the back corner of my property, the northwest corner. And I have an easement, and there's like a storm drainage ditch along the south side that then goes to like wetlands like further back. No change to the plan. Still the prefab shed, still no excavation, and just the 3 to 6 inches of gravel pad for it.
Excuse me, Bruce,
Yes, sir.
on the actions, it says we performed the site walk on.
No, I noticed that a little earlier. It's a mistake on my spot, on my part. There was no site walk, but there was a determinants of non-significant.
Okay. All right. And you're agreeable to erosion control around the area?
When they're doing the delivery.
Well, I don't think he needs it now because he said they're not doing any excavation. All they're doing is just putting out a gravel pad.
Okay.
So,
All right, yeah, you probably don't need it then. Okay, questions from the commission? Richard,
No questions.
Dan?
no, Dan's not here.
Oh, Dan. Mark Simpson,
No questions.
Alana,
No questions.
Frank,
No questions.
and Andre.
Have any questions?
Okay. We accepted the application at the last meeting. Seeing I have no questions either. Seeing there's no questions, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the application.
So move, Mark. Second.
Okay. You got,
I got Rich first.
Okay.
Sorry, Mark, you're out.
I'm always second anyways.
all right, so motion is made and seconded to approve the application. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes.
Okay, cool.
You're approved. Yep, so just talk to Bruce.
Yep.
Work through what you need to provide for the town and let him know when the work is happening.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, Jeffrey Moore's 152 Wood Pond.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I suppose just reading the description from June 3rd would be the most accurate.
Can you just give your name and?
Sorry, Jeffrey Moore's 152 Wood Pond Road in Farmington.
Thank you.
And it's an application to install a maintenance path for lawn equipment in our backyard and additionally install a dry well to handle the runoff. That pretty well cover it?
Just for the record, we did have a site walk at the residence on June 11th. We need to determine significance based on the information from our site walk. I think it's a pretty minor project going through, and it shouldn't require a public hearing. But let's see what the rest of the commission says. Andre? You feel it requires a public hearing, or?
I do not think it does. No.
Rich Berlandi?
Non-significant regulated activity.
Very good. Mark?
Non-significant.
Okay. Lana?
Not significant.
Frank?
Non-significant.
Okay, so Chair will make or entertain a motion that this is a non-significant activity. Come on, Mark.
So, Rich will make
I'm
that
not
motion.
talking. I didn't go first last time.
All right, somebody.
I so moved, Mark. Second.
Okay, motion was made and seconded. This is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote. Abstain. Motion passes. All right, and now, did they provide an estimated volume of fill?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yep.
And at the site meeting, we just talked about the erosion control and.
Yes.
All right, are there any other questions from the commission?
No.
No.
Anybody, any questions from the commission online? Okay.
No.
Seeing there's no further questions, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the application for Woodland Pond.
So moved.
I'm sorry, 152 Wood Pond Road.
Second.
Okay, motion was made and seconded to approve the application for 152 Wood Pond Road. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. So work with Bruce, let him know when the work's starting, and so they can get out and check the erosion control. Good luck with your project.
Okay, thanks so much.
Say hi to that eagle that we saw here.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, next item on the agenda, Jason Levesque, 10 Main Gate. Can we have your name and address for the record, please?
Good evening, Jason Levesque, 52 Climax Road, Simsbury, Connecticut. Agent for the current owners of 10 Main Gate, 8446 Main Gate. We are proposing a single-family new construction with a pool house and a pool. Most of the regulated activity or upland review cuts across the existing pool or the proposed pool and pool house there. Some work, Bruce, I have control of this, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, what do you want?
We can go down to the second page. Next page, please. Is this the updated version?
Yep.
It is.
This is the
Okay.
updated
Oh, yeah,
version.
I'm sorry. I can see that now. You should be able to scroll down to the left.
Where do you want to go?
All right. Yeah. All right.
You're good.
Yeah, that's fine. I had some comments from Bruce and I believe some concerns from you guys from the board that I wanted to take care of right away. So that was including the straw wattle, erosion control around down gradient of all the work proposed. Also included clearing limits. So we can actually, Bruce, if you don't mind, scroll up. So you can see the wood line, the clearing limits going around the property. Also put in signage for conservation, just to note that we're retaining the conservation there. So it's at that corner as well as the northeast corner on the upper side of this plan here. When we overlay, do you have the old plan by chance?
I do.
What's that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
With the old site plan?
If we need to, the difference is substantial from obviously the original proposal or
Oh, that one.
was-
Yeah, well, I have this one here.
the subdivision.
Yeah, no, I did this here. I think we used last time.
That's fine. You don't have to, unless there's questions from the board. But what was passed last time actually considerably less upland review area or wetlands area disturbed. Even on that one part of the property, a lot less clearing in the regulated area.
Here's the approximate location
Yep.
of the new home. Here's the approved locations of the previous homes here.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you. I believe you went out for a site walk, saw stakes there. I'm hoping that was helpful. I'll leave it up right now to any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. Bruce, I have a question. Is all the conservation easements, like the paperwork in place and they've already been filed?
Yes, the conservation easement and the conservation easement map and the conservation easement document have both been filed. The only thing that was not done was, as we've discussed here, is all those, as part of this, I would want all these easements demarcated with our medallions. So,
Okay.
all right. Yep.
And you changed from hooking up to the sewers to an on-site system because with not only having one house compared to 4 houses, you didn't have the need to rebuild the roadway and
Correct.
And-
yes.
put in the sewer system.
Yeah. Talking to the town, no need to bring sewer up for one house. Yep.
All right. Other questions I have. Rich, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Andre? Questions? And come back to Andre. We do have to determine if this is significant from findings for sidewalk. I think it's not, but so let me go back to you, Rich. Do you think this is not significant?
Yeah, I would say it's a non-significant activity.
All right, Mark Simpson, do you have any questions and do you think this is not significant?
No questions, and I would say not significant.
Okay. Lana,
No questions and not significant.
Frank,
No questions, not significant.
Andre?
No questions and not significant.
Okay. All right, since there's no other questions and you see an agreement, this is not a significant. First of all, like them as significant, let your entertain a motion that this is a non-significant project.
So moved.
Motion's been made in a second, please.
Again, Mark.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. This is not significant. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes. Opposed. Abstained. Motion passes.
Excuse me, sir, is the public allowed to ask any questions?
No, because
It's not a public hearing, and I apologize, I probably should have told you, it wasn't even thinking of that, it's not a public hearing. It's when it's a public hearing. No.
Couple of questions on the neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah, right, the sidewalk. Again, you can work with Bruce if you have any questions.
Okay.
And on the. Somebody come in.
I'm looking right now. Oh, we're good. Oh, Andre just tried getting back in. Sounds like he's probably having some audio problem.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so motion's been made that this is not significant. Now I chair will entertain a motion to approve the application.
So move, Mark.
If you don't mind, Chair, I'd like to add in a few of those items.
Mhm.
So he's done the tree clearing, the erosion control is done. But C, clearly depict the limits of the driveway improvements. And D is the cross section of the driveway. And I think that was it. So
Wait, which one's C?
C, D, you know what, and then G too, and G. C, D, and G.
This is this one. Did, when we did the sidewalk, we didn't really have a clearly depicting the limit of tree clearing.
Yeah, but he's got that now.
Got
On this,
that.
yeah, on the revised plan, he does have that right here. Right here, he shows it right. I'll zoom in a little more. They just show the tree clearing right through here, right?
Okay, yep.
So I'll amend my motion to include those items.
Okay.
All right, so the motion's been amended to F, C, D, and G. So we need a second for that motion that Mark made.
Second.
All right, motion made and seconded to approve the applications along with the stipulations of C, D, and G and the Wetlands Commission agenda review. So all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain. Application approved. Please continue to work with Bruce on the status of the project and the good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one.
Okay, new application. Robert Rigney,
Yes, sir.
14 Anglers Bend.
Greetings and salutations. For the record, I'm Robert Rigney. I reside at 14 Anglers Bend in Unionville. The lot number, however, is 13 if you're looking at town maps. I'm here before you seeking approval of the siting of a prefabricated tool shed for the backyard that would be laid on a thin layer of stone. The site for me is optimal for a couple of reasons. Function, the ground is level, so there's no digging involved. It does not bifurcate the recreational area of the yard, and it would not be seen from the road. So it's a 10 by 12 shed, prefabricated shed.
and it's just sitting on stone, no excavation.
That's correct.
Okay. Bruce, do we have the record on whether it's a 13 or 14?
Well, it's house number 14, lot 13. That's the subdivision. I have the subdivision map is right here. I mean, the subdivision map says lot 13. So, and number 14. What's the discrepancy?
That, I guess.
They're saying it's 13 anglers.
No, it's 14 Anglers
Yeah,
Bend on
it is.
lot 13.
Yeah, it is right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says 14 Anglers Bend, lot 13, right here.
Oh, okay. That's
Up
what they're about.
That's correct.
All right. Where's the lot number on this one?
Right on the top right here, right here.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right, and this is existing grass area.
Yes, sir.
I don't have any other questions on this. Let's see what the commission has. Richard?
Are you cutting any, have to cut any
No.
trees?
No, it's already groomed. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, Andre?
I do not have any questions.
Mark Simpson?
I have one question. The conservation, I guess this is because of the conservation area. Is there markers along that area signifying there is a conservation easement?
Not that I've found.
Chair, if you don't mind me answering those, that one was, this is a rather older subdivision and then I don't recall us having the medallions at that point. So I think
Subdivision
why it's
was
not-
early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I've been there the last 16 years at this particular residency, 30-year residency in Unionville.
Okay.
My only concern is we had somebody previously who had a conservation easement that had markers and still went into the conservation area. I'm not saying you're going to do that, but it's very possible a future owner would not recognize what they can and cannot do in their backyard. I'm just proposing maybe we should be putting markers there, but it's up to the commission. That's my only question.
Well, we could either have him put markers in or mark out the location of the shed and then have Bruce.
The shed is marked. I have sticks where the
Yeah.
shed is going to be.
Have you been to the site?
I have not been.
I think I gave you an aerial of that, where it's going to be.
Did you?
Yeah, I see where you
Yeah.
have it shown on the
Yeah.
plans. We just, I think we've had people cross over into the conservation easements, and I think that's what Mark's concern is.
As a private development, we have an HOA, and there is a booklet. Realtors are supposed to explain all those elements to buyers. And I don't know what other buyers might need to do as far as
Yeah, that's always
studying
the issue.
properties.
That's always the issue. Either it doesn't get discussed or it's
Yeah, it
Or-
can. That's
or
possible. Yeah.
they're closing and they got 500 documents and it goes right over their head. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever, but we have the medallions, so that's easy. We give them to you and you just have to install them on a post. So if the commission wishes to do that, we could just have you do that. So that's simple.
Mark, are you looking to have some medallion installed?
That would be my suggestion, just because. it
They may
always
be there.
seems-
I just haven't seen any. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
mean,
saying back then they,
I don't know if they're there or not, but it's better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I agree. So Bruce.
I mean, it doesn't impact the owner at all. It just determines where the easement begins and no one should be building or doing anything in those areas anyway. So it's a good informational piece of marker to tell people what they can do and not do. That's all.
Okay. All right, Bruce, would you normally go out and check this location of the shed and?
Yep, at some point, we do go out and we can coordinate, almost like the erosion control inspection. We can go out there, look at the markers he has and just confirm it.
And you could, so if you were to bring a few markers, with me, give them some guidance to where to put them.
Yeah, we can try it. It is a little odd shaped lot, so if those
It is an
property,
odd shaped lot and then there's elevation to it, so.
yeah, if the property pins are not there, it does become a little tricky, but I think we could work something out.
Okay,
All right.
all right, we'll continue on. Mark, was that all your questions?
I don't have any questions.
All right, Alana, questions?
I agree with Commissioner Simpson in making sure that the easement boundaries are marked, and I have no question.
Frank?
No questions.
Okay, so if the town provided you some guidance in putting in the conservation easement markers, you don't have a problem with that?
No, not at all. What would the markers be put on? Just so I'm aware.
Just a
It's not a concrete block.
No,
It's just
no,
a
We would usually put them on a 4x,
post.
you would usually put a 4x4 pressure treated post or some other post that you would like, along this line here. Right
They're
along the
usually
line.
low, they're not like a fence height, they're.
Yeah. No, they're usually
are
about
they?
a good 3 feet high,
Under
you know,
3 feet
yeah,
high.
3 feet, 4 feet high,
Fence height.
like that.
Okay,
So right along this line here. All right,
okay,
So, okay, there's probably none around the entire development then.
no, like I said, that was something that was older,
Yeah.
this subdivision was older. So when we got into more modern, we were buying these medallions and having the developers put them up. But like they said, this is a good chance. You've got an application coming up, let's get it marked so the next future owners don't go past it.
okay. So that's it for questions. The chair will entertain a motion to accept the application.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to accept the application. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. So now we need to determine if we need a sidewalk or if this is significant.
Oh, thank you for your time.
Oh, no, you're already done.
You mentioned sidewalk. I don't know what. that
Yeah,
has-
well, I mean, I guess we're complete with you if
Oh.
you'd like to go, but we need to determine the need for a sidewalk, and then we need to determine significance.
Oh, sidewalk. I
Sidewalk.
thought you said sidewalk. Sorry.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, man.
On some of the more complicated projects that might have more effect on the environment, that we would actually go out and do a sidewalk
Hmm.
on people's property.
Hmm.
And giving them the option to be present. But I don't think we need that here. It's pretty straightforward. Rich,
I would agree.
okay, and significance.
Non-significant.
Non-significant, okay. Frank,
Non-significant
and the sidewalk.
and not required.
Andre,
I also agree. I do not think it's a significant activity.
okay. Mark,
No sidewalk and not significant.
okay. Alana,
No site walk and not significant.
so seeing there's withhold and there is no need for a sidewalk. So the chair will entertain a motion that this is a non-significant activity.
So moved, Mark.
Okay, and a second, please.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded that this is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. So, and next week, we'll,
Great.
or rather, next meeting in 2 weeks, we will vote on this to approve the application.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for your time.
Anything else comes up, work with Bruce. All right. Let's go on. All right. Next item on the agenda, winding trails.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Scott Brown. I reside at 356 Parker Street in Manchester, and I am the executive director at Winding Trails. With me is Jim Platosh, who is a volunteer with our Air and Facilities Committee and past president and certified engineer, and has been a big part of this project. So we'll tag team. If I can't answer some technical stuff, Jim will certainly step in. So you're probably all familiar with Winding Trails. We're a nonprofit just down the road, 386 acres. Started out as a summer day camp in 1947 and have grown to quite a facility. The proposed project that we have is a roadway and parking lot reconstruction. And we have about a mile of roadway, Winding Trails Drive, that runs through the park. We replaced half of it back in 2011. The other parking lots and roadway have been in there. I've been there 40 years now, and they've been in as long as I have. So they are showing their age, and they're showing their deteriorating and need to be crack sealed quite often. This project really deals with three things. One, of course, repaving the existing parking lots, which need to be done. Two, it will improve safety and traffic circulation in our camp area by improving sight lines, widening the road in two areas, adding sidewalks and additional parking. And thirdly, we are taking this opportunity to improve some drainage issues. So the area that you guys are concerned with, which Bruce can pull up, would be the upland review area, which I don't know if you want to start right there. Or do you want to show what? Come back to the existing and the proposed areas. This map shows you the photo at the top is our existing conditions. So over time, as Winding Trails expanded, we added different areas. That the two parking lots to the left of that main parking lot were added years later. So that parking lot used to end, and then we added that back part. In the top areas, you can see it doesn't flow well. It's 290-degree angles. Years ago, we added that little cut through for parent drop off. We've got 620 kids a day that come to camp. And starting Monday, we've got about 200 cars that drop off every morning and pick up every afternoon, and 8 school buses that come through there. So it works, but not real efficiently. So if you scroll down to the next photo, you'll see what is proposed, which will really clean up a lot there. We'll add additional parking around that whole horseshoe. And we've got all new sidewalk on the back side of that and some crosswalks down to the beach so the kids can get to the lake for swimming. And we're proposing to widen the far left side of that map. It gets tight for the buses and cars coming in that corner. And just off the map is a little widening as you come up from the stop sign. So all the work is concentrated in this loop in the center of the camp area. And if you want to show that the overall with your wetlands delineation, I'll let Jim talk a little bit about the 3 areas that are in the upland review. Okay, Jim.
Yeah, Scott mentioned, my name is Jim Platosh. I reside at 27 Highwood Road in Farmington, and I'm here as a volunteer to help this project. So as Scott mentioned, the purpose and need is primarily to replace the pavement, improve circulation, improve safety. And if you can hear the numbers he mentioned, vehicles and number of campers, it's quite a bit going on in a very short amount of time. For years, you didn't have that many, not many years ago when you were heading this up, you were the camp director and there were about 150 campers. So you could see it's growing and the need is very clear to us. So we're not only looking to improve the pavement, but there's some other benefits we're building into this project. But also while we're at it, we're taking the opportunity to address drainage as a secondary issue. And that's why we're here. We currently don't have any drainage problems, but this project gives us the opportunity to add water quality benefits by building in some water quality depressions and some infiltration trenches and strips. So if you look at the plan, highlighted in blue is the limits of the regulated area. So if you start from the beginning of the project, which if you're familiar with winding trails is where the four-way stop is. Bruce, do we have a photo of that intersection? Yeah, okay. So if you're familiar with the boathouse, right in the foreground of that photo is the intersection where the project will begin. And it'll go up the hill, if you will. One of the first things we're doing is, if you notice we're reconstructing this road to get a uniform 24-foot minimum width. And if you look at the existing condition on the right-hand side of the road, there's runoff that is deteriorating the edge of the road. And worse than that, it makes its way across the intersection and right down into Dunning Lake. And we're looking to improve that by, as a part of our widening, we're going to construct a stone line ditch that will terminate in a catch basin. That catch basin will be piped under fire trail, which is in front of the vehicle that's shown there. And it'll go into a water quality depression. You can see it in plan view before overflowing and being discharged. That you could see the southerly limit of it is right at the regulatory limit. But this will be a big improvement. The area that'll be constructed, Bruce, I think you have a real nice photo of that. It's currently a grassed area, a fairly level grassed area. And it would be to the right of that sign that you're looking at now. Here we go. So that's where this water quality basin will be constructed. And it'll be one of 4 that we are building. So as we continue up the road, we start our full depth reconstruction project. And again, we're rebuilding the road to get a minimum of 24 feet. And then as we get up the hill, we get into a realignment. If you remember the existing and proposed photos, this is going to simplify that layout, make it more efficient, make it safer. When the 9 buses come in the morning to drop off the children, along with the 150 campers that are getting there by vehicle, we'll be able to separate them in an organized way along the walk and just have a very safe operation for both discharge in the morning and pickup in the afternoon. To the left side of that and in the middle is a large parking area. That is pretty much what's there today, except what's there today was built probably better than 45 years ago. We're putting back the parking lot, similar dimensions, similar footprint. We're able to squeeze in 8 more spaces in the center. So we get a little more efficiency out of it, but essentially it's the same footprint. 2 things we're doing with water from that. One is, if you notice on the south side of that parking lot is another depressed area that we're going to create and let half the parking lot flow into that. The other half will go into an existing basin and it'll discharge under what looks like a roadway that goes up to the Sportsplex parking area. And then there'll be another water quality depression constructed before it goes into an inlet. So the regulated area line crosses at the very left side.
Oh,
Bruce, can we zoom in a little? Yeah, okay. There you go. All right. So you could see the line. It's between the 2 driveways to the parking areas. So from there to the left is all within the regulated area and why we're here. One of the things we're doing in that intersection is improving the radius. We want to make it easier for a school bus type vehicle to make that curve. And we're taking the opportunity so we're impacting some trees to make that radius improvement. There's 11 trees that'll be removed within that regulated area. And that'll allow us to pull back the curbing. If you look on the opposite or left side of that intersection, that's another water quality depressed area that will pick up some of the runoff. If you look to the north, there's a lower parking area. And here's where we change venue. at the base of that hill, not far from the regulatory limit, we stopped full depth reconstruction. And the parking area that's in the top left of this photo you're looking at, and another parking area that's just off the photo. Okay, thanks, Bruce. That part, we call that the Sportsplex parking area. Both those parking areas will be replaced in kind. We're basically going to mill the pavement and repave it in kind, similar to what's there, and really no changes to the footprint or the layout. So those, not only those two parking lots, but Bruce, can we scan down to the bottom more? Okay, now this is the primary parking area. We call it the beach parking area, and that area too will get repaved in kind. There's a big island between the two parking areas. I call it an island. It's really a depressed area with mature trees, and today it functions as what you would refer to as a rain garden. We're going to enhance that. We're going to make it a low point, concentrate flow there, and let it permeate back into the soil. And that's how we're going to handle the runoffs from those lots. Some of the part, and then as we proceed, Bruce, to the lower right, we're going to reconstruct those parking lots, and then we're going to continue to reconstruct the driveway all the way back down to the stop sign. So if you're familiar with the area right now, you're going past the grill, the bigger rectangular building is the bathhouse, and that'll get reconstructed in kind back to the stop sign and the beginning of the project. The one little improvement we're making there is right behind the bathhouse is a lawn grassed area today. We're going to create a depression there, and we're going to put a good part of that roadway runoff into that depressed area, then into a basin. So it gives an opportunity for some overland flow before it's put into a pipe system. And then we're going to introduce that into the existing system that's in place. So that's just a quick snapshot of the project. Again, we have one regulated area that we looked at in the upper left corner. But I wanted to show you some of the other things we're doing to improve drainage. We hope to start work this fall. We'll get as much done as we could before the winter. You know, we're constrained by a lot of activities that go on in camp in the summer and some fall activities. But as soon as those are done, we'd like to start, get as much work as we could, but probably not pavement, and then come back in the spring and pave and get ready for spring activities and the start of camp next year. So it's quite an ambitious project. The board is totally behind it, and then that will complete all of our roadway surfaces and bring them up to date and get us out from the maintenance costs of how much do we spend a year on maintaining cracked and failing pavement. But we have to say we were lucky for the number of years we got out of a pavement, far more than what you would expect as a 15 to 20, 25 year life of pavement. So that's just a quick snapshot of the project. Any comments, questions?
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Chairman?
trying to get a little better feel for it. So that curved driveway, you're pulling it away from Garmany Hall a little bit?
Exactly. Yeah. Bruce, can we go back to the two colored up drawings that you showed early? Yeah. Okay. So if you go back to the beginning, the first one. So if you look at what's there, that's what's there today.
Right.
It's not very efficient. You know, picture 9 school buses lined up, you know, picking up children, and then having parents, 150 vehicles or so, and then mix in 200 people arrive, or 150 employees arriving to get to work. There's a lot that goes on with some very poor geometry, and it's all about safety. So Bruce, can we scroll to the proposed? All that's going to do is the alignment is going to simplify it. And yes, it is pulling the roadway away from Garmany. It gives us an opportunity for a little lawn area, some aesthetic treatments in front of Garmany, some walkways that remove the campers and walkers away from the roadway. And that's the big part of our work here. As I said earlier, the parking lot on the left, that new footprint is essentially the same as the current footprint. Some slight adjustments, but we're literally holding the north edge of that parking lot as a design control for alignment to minimize the impact for trees. So that was one of the things we tried to do with both the layout and the grading, is minimize the impact to any trees, and minimizing just all effects, and yet making an improvement.
There, like, I know the like the gazebos are popular rentals for people to have parties there, and so you're gonna be increasing parking for that as well.
Yeah, those additional spots, I think we've got 42 there.
Yeah.
Well,
Currently, they park the previous, they double and triple park in that center island.
You're right.
yeah, that's,
It's a crazy free flow.
that's a good point, Scott. And that's one of the unsafe things here is you've got people it's just a free for all of where they park between the trees. It's sad to see the tree roots exposed from all the traffic, and it's just not very safe. And so what this plan will do is on the south side, we're going to have a wood beam rail, a wooden guide rail, if you will, with some stone under it. That stone will take any runoff and filter it before it goes into a lawn area. But that wood beam rail will control people from parking where they shouldn't. And this will provide a more controlled area. We'll be able to, well, our plan was to seed it. We're going to put 2 4-square courts in that new area and just make it aesthetically better than it is today. Today, it's just sad to see it all gravel and really nothing growing. And
Yeah, I think it offers some improved safety because I went to camp there, and the outside that paved area outside of Garmany Hall is just such a busy location, and kids are still getting off the bus and driving, and kids who are already there are flowing out a little bit, and so I think this should be a safer option.
yeah, just to address that. So with this new design, the parking stalls will not be used during camp. Those will be blocked off, and they'll be used as a lane for the buses to come in and be parallel to the sidewalk and discharge campers right onto the sidewalk.
Oh, good.
And that'll happen for the first 450 feet. And then beyond that, we will bring parents in again in the closed off parking stalls as a lane. We'll have cones blocking off the spaces, and we'll bring them in as a lane and have the parents pull along the sidewalk, and the child gets off onto the sidewalk and then back into traffic at the end of the lot. So those stalls won't be used during camp, and will be used for discharge and pickup. And that's how this functions better. And it should be a huge improvement.
And then when camp's not in session, that's parking for people who are renting the gazebos. Yeah. Okay. It's a popular plan. I've been to several events, parties and stuff that people rent in the gazebos. So I think it's a good option. Okay. I don't have any other questions. Rich?
Do you have any sense as to the area of existing pavement and the area of the proposed pavement increasing or decreasing?
Rich, I was afraid you were going to ask me that question. You know what? I ran some quick numbers in a preliminary design, but I didn't do it for the final. The drainage report, Scott, if you have that there, does that give you a comparison? So it's not a big change. And I know that's not answering your question or giving you the answer you deserve. Again, the parking area, let me start with that. That's the biggest. That parking area is essentially the same footprint.
It's just consolidating those miscellaneous driveways on the east side.
Won't be much since that same circle, you've got 2 lanes now, and we're bringing it.
Yeah. Bruce, excuse me, Scott, can we go back to the colored up plan, existing and proposed? So if you could go to the existing. Yeah. So Rich, at a glance, if you look at, the existing pavement is highlighted. And you've got, in a sense, 2 driveways, a narrow one that's used for drop off, and then the wider one that has the angle to it. That's existing pavement areas. And then when you scroll down to the proposed, you could see you're going to have a 24-foot wide roadway and an 18-foot deep parking stall around that curve. So how that area relates to the existing, it's probably more, but not a lot more. We can, if you want, run numbers. I want to say it's in a drainage report, and I'm sorry I don't have that available.
Okay. And the existing pavement that's not being used, that'll be converted to lawn and sidewalks?
Yes. Yes, we are going to put a sidewalk in front of Garmany Hall. So there is, if you look, there's a driveway, if you will, that goes to Garmany Hall kitchen area. And that driveway is used for deliveries in the morning. Trucks deliver juice and ice cream. Yeah, so very early. We're building that driveway out of concrete, so it'll look like a walk. We don't intend to use it as a driveway, but it'll give the appearance of a walk. And then going left to right will also be a sidewalk. That'll, it'll go across in front of Garmany, and it'll terminate at a round. Well, that's going to be a feature. It's just a small round open area in the middle. We'll probably have a flagpole, a sign. It'll be a focal point. And then there'll be a sidewalk, of course, connecting it to the roadway, short sidewalk connecting it to the patio. We talked about a sign signifying Winding Trails Camp, but it gives it an identity to camp, was the intent. And then that will lead to a crosswalk, which then is the gravel walkway down to the beach. And that's how campers get to the beach.
That's all I have for questions. Thank you.
So while there may be a small increase in the pavement, you're adding 4 sediment basins to catch the new runoff.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, Andre, questions?
I do not have any questions at the moment.
Okay. Mark?
No questions at this time. It's an impressive undertaking. You're doing probably more to benefit the pond, the lake, by what action you're taking. But I believe this might, and I know maybe this is not the time to say it, maybe it is. I think a site visit would be helpful to understand the immensity of this project. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. It is, well, the main parking areas are staying the same, but, you know, we could see where the tree removal is being done and what, you know, a lot of this area, all of that work is not in the 150-foot upland review area, but I think it helps us see how much of the project, you know, how much of a change a project and the improvement will be. Okay, Alana?
Yeah, I do have questions about these depressions or detention basins. So is there any further water quality treatment happening to the water in those, or it's just through infiltration?
No, they will, the intent was to have it settle out. They will have a stone weir overflow, each of them. So that's all we are doing. You know, let me make it clear, we'll follow every required regulation during construction regarding sedimentation, erosion control. It's a big part of our plans specifying what has to be done and how it has to be done. And we will make sure that is in place.
Okay. Is there any further like planting of any vegetation around these depressions?
Oh, okay. So just in simple terms, we are going to, well, right now the plan is to hydro seed all disturbed areas. We're looking to establish grassed areas on everywhere we disturb. As far as plantings go, we do want to visit landscaping. We are taking out some trees which have served their useful life and really don't contribute a lot, and replace them. Our intent is to look at the plan when completed, the area when completed, and look at what we want to achieve for plantings. And so there will be a follow-up planting plan, but at the end of construction, we will, if nothing else, perform a turf establishment for all disturbed areas.
Okay, I only ask because I think like a vegetated bioswale would be better for improvements on the water quality and the runoff from these paving areas than simply just having detention ponds. And I have no further questions.
Keep in mind too, just so you're aware that that area is extremely sandy. So there should be, I don't expect any standing water and then in many of those ponds for more than 12 hours, 8 hours, it'll be gone. This is all an extension of Dunning, which is over here on the left of the drawing here. So while I agree, yes, I just keep that in mind. Very highly infiltration.
Bruce, that's a good point. If you look at Dunning Sand and Gravel, our neighbor, you don't have to be a geotechnical engineer to see what quality sand there is. And we learned that when we created Sportsplex and removed 110,000 cubic yards of material and found nothing but sand and gravel. And so it does work in our favor.
Okay. Is that it, Alana?
Yeah, I have no further questions.
Frank?
No questions, but I believe that it would be beneficial to have a site visit on it.
Yeah, I agree. And you guys, the town's recommendation about a combination of both silt fence and straw wattle in the construction areas, it's agreeable?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, well, let's do the accept the application and then we'll talk about the site visit. Chair will entertain a motion to accept this application.
So moved.
Second.
In a second. Okay, motion is made in second to accept the application. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. I think, well, I'm very familiar with the area. I think it'll be helpful to see how the construction's gonna go. And so I think a site walk would be a good idea. Rich, how do you feel?
I would agree.
Okay. Andre?
I also would agree.
Okay. And Mark and Alana, I think Frank said. that
I agree.
Agree.
Yeah. All right, so Bruce will have you schedule a site walk. What would be
I'm thinking next week because the week after that is going to be the week of the is approaching July 4th. July 4th. So then our meeting is the week after, which is on the 8th. So if next week works for everybody, probably do another maybe either a Wednesday or Thursday, if that
I
works.
think I think next week is better. Stay away from the holiday.
Yep,
I
exactly.
agree.
All right. So let's, if it works for everybody, let's shoot for Wednesday, the 24th at 5.
Okay.
All right, I'll send out an email to confirm.
And can somebody be there to answer any questions on the project?
That work for you guys? All right. You don't, I mean, you don't have to be there. I could, listen,
It doesn't have to
you
be
guys
you.
are confident that we walked it the other day. I feel pretty,
I'm available.
you're available. Perfect. All right. Good. So once. Right.
Okay.
So when we set up the meeting, Bruce, we should select the meeting point.
Yep. I'm thinking
Because
right
it's
here.
such a big facility.
I'm with you, but maybe just start right here. Maybe park right over here.
All right, yeah, we call that the boathouse.
Yeah, the boathouse will park somewhere right around here.
There is a
you sure?
cul-de-sac right in front of it.
Yep. Can I park there? All right, because I usually send everyone a little map to where to park too, so, okay.
Is there more parking over by the, like the paddle ball courts and, I mean,
Yeah, that's one of the least used lots.
Yeah.
It's the lower, we call it the lower lot by paddle ball.
a little more?
Oh, paddleball?
Yeah, that's,
Cause that's also
Down here?
the area that's within the 150 feet.
This
it
one?
is. Next, no, that's Sportsplex. Next one over to the
This
left.
one here?
Yeah.
This one down here. All right.
It's in front of the paddle ball court.
There's a little gazebo there.
You guys,
Oh, that gazebo's gone? A pavilion? Oh, all right.
So we could start there and that takes you, your starting point will be the regulated area.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right, I'll send
you
something.
did that pavilion, what, last year or year before?
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Okay.
So the tennis paddleball court parking lot, is that a meeting point? Okay.
I'll do a little map when I send it out to everybody.
I just think the boathouse area is very crowded.
Okay.
And so I think,
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for non-members, we'll notify the,
yeah,
so Scott will notify the gate attendant that some non-members will be coming in. So,
okay. And we'll determine significance after the site walk. Okay, so
Thank you.
that wraps that up until 2 weeks,
I'll be in touch.
or,
Right.
except for the sidewalk, yeah. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
We got it. We got it. It's, I'll talk. We'll talk.
Jim will do a great job. He'll answer our questions.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, gentlemen, thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you again. Bruce,
Yes, sir.
do we have to close the public hearing?
No,
No?
no, application was
Application is
withdrawn. If you want to go into, oh, yeah, that one, sorry. that
Yeah,
one.
why don't you, give us a little, if they gave you any indication of the reason they were withdrawing?
No, no, they
No?
just withdrew.
No?
They just withdrew their application. They said, they just sent a little short email saying that we withdraw both the wetlands and the planning and zoning applications. So,
Oh, did they have a planning and zoning application in
yes,
already? Yeah,
yes, they had one as well. So,
all right. So that moves us to the planner's report.
yeah, I do have something that came up and it was after the agenda went out. So I'm going to go over this a little quickly with you. I do have the engineer on here as well. So I am going to let Mr. Whitney, allow him to talk just in case he wants to jump in, or if you guys have any questions for him. But if some of you may remember Talcott Notch, as you go up to the top of Talcott Notch, almost towards the Avon town line, there was a subdivision. All right. And what it was part of an existing home. Okay. It was an older home. It was a pool and a little pool house. There was an approval for so there was approval for four lots, I think it was. Let's see here. So keeping the existing house here. So nope, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots. So a homeowner bought the house and did not want the subdivision, so actually erased the subdivision. So now we're back to 1 lot. Okay. So what they've done, or I apologize. Sorry, it's 2 lots. They actually save a lot over here, if I recall. So as part of this subdivision, or as part of the new owner, they have the existing house, they have a pool, and they have I'll call it like a pool house. All right. As part of this approval, or as part of this, the new owner would like to turn this into an ADU, and an ADU, an ADU, which is an accessory dwelling unit. All right. And it's not to rent out, it's more for family. If family comes in, they could stay and put something in there. So there is actually an existing septic system for this building, but it is so old. There's no plans for it. No one really knows where it goes. All they know is that there's an old septic tank out back and it goes somewhere this way. They don't know the limits at all. So as part of the plan, they've been thinking of a few different options. One of them was to run a new tank and a gravity line. And let me go to that plan. Let me jump in on that one.
Was there a dam on this property?
Yes, the old pond
Okay.
had a dam. So
I remember going there.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I don't think I did the site walk with you guys at that time. So now if I jump into this plan, and again, this is a quick sketch. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a idea of what's going on. So here's that ADU, here's that ADU accessory dwelling unit, existing tank. Mouse is going, where is it? The existing tank is here, and it comes out that they don't know where it is. The initial option was to run a gravity line to a new septic tank and run it down here along the lower portion of the lot with some work, or with all this work within the 150-foot upland review area. Discussed permitting that would be required. So there was discussion on potentially a second option would be to put a septic tank in and a pump chamber and then pump it with a force main all the way out further away from this and way outside of the 150-foot upland review area. So there was question regarding permitting. All right. So my personal feeling was that if we do anything down in here, we definitely need a permit because if you look at the plan, this is the 25-foot setback. So they're definitely in there within that. Yeah. They're probably within 30, the toe of it is within 25 feet. I assumed that the commission would want to see a permit on that. But the question was if they decide to do the pump system instead, since it is mainly in a lawn area, there's no disturbance of any trees, no cutting through the woods, that if we allow them to replace the tank with a new pump chamber and then just do a force main, which would be 1.25 inch flex line, just dig it through the yard and put it up into an upper area out of the 150-foot upland review, would we require a permit for this? And we can allow it under a incidental use. I mean, you're not really disturbing any wetlands. You're digging in the upland review of an existing lawn area. So I do have the map here. I can zoom in on here. Maybe that'll help you. And the only reason we're bringing this up is because permitting on other things has taken a bit, and the owner is looking to push this as quick as possible. Time is of the essence at this point. So here's the house. There's the pond that you were discussing about, and there's a dam on the lower end of it here. Okay, there's the pool. Bearing straight here. I think that it's hidden in here, it's tucked in here. I want to say this is it right here. There. pool, okay, it's right in the back of the building, so it's over here. It's right over here. This is it here. All right,
Yeah,
so it's the existing lawn around the pool. So the system would be in the back and they would be able to get out through here into an acceptable area outside of the 150-foot upland review. I do have the engineer on the line. He called in just in case if there are any specific questions, but I think the question here is whether permitting would be required for option one, which would be the gravity system, as I showed you earlier,
yeah.
down to here, or option two, which would be the pump line up into the non-river regulated area.
I don't know. They're still gonna have to dig up the tank, which is close to the
Yep.
waterway, and but that area is an existing grass lawn
Yes.
where they would dig up the tank.
Yep, and that's where the existing tank is now.
Is Dave Whitney the engineer?
Yes, yes, Dave Whitney is the engineer.
Now, the pipe that they're gonna run up in the direction away from the river, is that area also lawn?
It's a little hard to tell here, but it's woods.
It's woods.
Who is that? Is that Dave? Is that you?
That's me, Dave Whitney. Yes, it's woods.
So, so it is. I apologize. I thought you implied it was lawn area. So it is cutting through the woods. So is there any tree clearing associated with that?
Yes, a small amount of tree clearing with the system as proposed and approved, and there would be tree clearing for the system outside of the 150-foot upland review area. It's all wooded.
Now, for the main house, where is the septic system?
Is it in the back, Dave?
I believe it is. I actually don't know. I mean, that was
I
not.
think it was. If you look on these old plans, I think there was.
I think when they put in for the subdivision,
Yeah,
they had to show us.
We were trying to show where it was.
Septic
you know?
system was.
Yeah, that was the new system. That was a new system just in case if the old one didn't work. That's what that one was. But yeah, I remember it being in the back because the house is very old. So they didn't have exact records on where it is.
In the back of the house, the land slopes down. So I suspect that's where they put the septic system. Right where Bruce is waving the cursor. I suspect that's where the system is.
I kind of remember that when we're looking at it for the four lot subdivision. Okay. I don't know if the excavation for the tank is in the grass area. So when you say they need a permit, I mean they still have to go to the health department and get all that approved, right?
They have been working with the health department. They actually have an approved plan.
It's been approved. It was approved yesterday.
Yeah, the one for down here has been approved.
The septic system as shown in pink has been approved.
Okay, well, if you're gonna go with that one, you need a land in the wetlands application. If you go up to the north, then I think it's, I don't know, it's debatable whether I would think you would need, if there's minor tree clearing to run that line to the north and to put in the new system. I mean, I could go with town staff taking care of that. But
Could I say something?
yes.
Okay.
You're
Well, we
Dave,
first of all appreciate you fitting us in tonight because I know it's been a long meeting. I really do not like to use pumps for septic systems, especially for a use like this where the pump will not be utilized very, very often. And if pumps aren't used, the seals dry out and they become problematic because this is going to be a very low flow septic system. So it's not my recommendation to these owners to put in a pump septic system. I think we should, go for the septic system that is shown in pink here that has been approved by Farmington Valley Health District, which, by the way, is a very conservative septic system because there's only one bedroom in the proposed ADU, and the minimum septic system size for a septic system, a detached septic ADU, is 2 bedrooms. So we've got this septic system way over designed, installed in fill. It's such a vast improvement over whatever septic system is there. The issue is the owners are so anxious to get going. They say if we can put a pump in and move the septic system outside of the upland review area, can we get going in the next couple of weeks with renovations to the pool house and not have to wait for 2 wetlands meetings? Personally, I think that's short-sighted of them, but that is their wish. So it all comes down to timing. And so the question is, if we put a new septic tank in, which we have to do because the old septic tank is 500 gallons and there's been issues of leaking. So we need to put a new septic tank in, a pump chamber, and then a force main to put the septic system outside of the upland review area. Does that require a wetlands application, or could it be improved as an authorized agent application? That's the reason we're here tonight. And again, I think it would be better to avoid a pump and put this septic system in as approved, which meets the public health code 100%. But the question tonight is, can we save a couple weeks by going with a new septic system pumped outside of the upland review area?
I agree with you. I don't like pump systems. And the fact that this is going to be a pump system that's close to that waterway, I don't know. I think, when you point out that the possible problems with the pump system, it might be appropriate for us to have an inland wetlands application with either option. What do you think, Bruce?
I don't feel comfortable signing off on this one, on this lower one without the commission.
All right.
Well, they do have an agent. We do have an agent option, but by the time you fill out the form, post it in the paper, you still need that 10 days, I think, to go through that process. So
I think, well, let me pull this commission, but I think that number one, replacing the tank is within 150, and that's a significant work. And then, you're still having to go to the north, and there's going to be work in a wooded area. So I think either option is going to require inland wetlands application. But let's see what the commission thinks. Rich?
Yeah, definitely the non-pumped option. I'd be concerned that's at the bottom of a slope.
Yeah.
Putting a fill system in adjacent to the, within 25 feet of a wetland. I'm not 100% sure that septic system will work because of the groundwater flow, but if the Farmington Valley Health has approved it, I'm not going to argue with it. In pumping it up, 150 feet, that's quite a lot of land disturbance. So I kind of think that application in either case is warranted.
Okay, Andre?
I think both of you surmised that pretty succinctly. I do think both are significant activities, one impacting wetland more than the other, but both would, I'm in favor of not having a pump. I will definitely notate that, but I will say that I would think that both are significant and probably needs a reevaluation if we're going to change the application in any way.
Okay. Alana? Oh, wait, Mark?
I have a lot of interference here and noise. I was having trouble hearing what people were saying. The pump idea might not be a great idea at this time, but that's my only comment.
So the question is should should we be requiring an application for either option? And I think that both options would require an application to the inland wetlands. You agree with that, or?
I think with the pump situation, doesn't that mean it's off outside the review area?
The septic system is, but not the pump, not the tank and the pump chamber and the force main, but the septic system
Yeah.
would be outside of the upland review area.
But the work for laying the pipe,
They'd be in
the
it.
house?
They'd be in the area. So I guess you would have to have an application.
Yeah, okay. Alana?
I agree that both options would require an application.
Thank you. Frank?
No, I concur that application is required for installation of it.
Okay. All right, it seems unanimous that an application is going to be required for either option that the applicant chooses.
Okay, well, thank you for your consideration, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Okay. Chair will entertain. Is there anything else in the planner's report?
No, that's it.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve. Let's do them both. Approve the minutes of June 3rd, 2026 Inland Wetland Commission, and approve the minutes of the June 11th Commission sidewalk. Can I get a motion, please?
So
moved. Mark.
Second. Oh, all right. Mark gets second. All right. Motion made, seconded to approve the June 3rd Inland Wetlands Commission meeting minutes and the June 11th Inland Wetlands Sidewalk minutes.
So
Okay, motion made and seconded to approve those. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. So we will adjourn the meeting, Inland Wetlands meeting at 8:25. Call the Conservation Commission agenda, meeting to order, 8:25. Is there a planner's report?
Nothing.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of June 3rd, 2026.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of June 3rd. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Abstain. Motion passes. Okay. So we will adjourn at 8:26.